Now we're going to take a look at aggregate functions. These are also called group functions, and these are a little bit similar to a crosstab, although you aren't really pivoting on a certain row and column. You know, that's usually like an intersection of a row and column, and you're summarizing just that piece of data where the two intersect. Here you can just have several fields, and you can average them, sum them, sort by, group by, and so on. So let's go ahead and get started on this. We're going to create a new query, and this is a little different. In our version there is no select other query design. We're just going to go right to query design. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go to create, and we're going to go to query design. And we're going to pick two tables. We're going to use the video category and title. So let's go ahead and get a video category and title. And then we're going to grab the category name, and I think the title ID. Let's double check myself. Yeah, category name, title ID. Now, in order to turn this select query into an aggregate query or group query, function query, we have to turn on the totals row. Before I do that, I'm going to run this. And you see that you have action appearing 3 times, sci-fi, then drama. So, you know, this isn't summarizing at all. This is listing all the details. So if I go over here and look in my title, you know, I have 5 rows here, and this is returning 5 rows. So there's a 1-to-1, right? This is returning 1 for each of these. It's just listing, as you see, action, 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 sci-fi, and drama. Okay? Now, we want to summarize this. We only want to see action listed once, and we probably want to count how many videos we have under the action category. So, to summarize, turn on your totals. And if you'll notice down here, a new row will be added. So let's go click this, and now we have this new total row right here. So you're always going to need to group by something. Okay, every item down here has to either be being grouped or being summarized in some way. Now this is going to be summarized. We're going to count it. Okay, we're going to count these. And if we run it now, notice now this number's 3. There are 3 count of, and that's the default title it will put in here, count of, and then action, drama, and sci-fi. Now watch what happens when I add another field and it's not part of a group by and it's not part of a summary. It's really hard to do that in this query by example. I probably can't do it. This is nice because it prevents you from doing this. In SQL, I'm going to go ahead and do it in SQL. In SQL, if I put this in here, if I take the title, now you'll notice it says we're selecting the video category name, we're counting the titles, and then we've got this, just the video title. If I take it out of the group by clause, I will cause this to be an error. Should cause Access to fuss at me, okay? So now I'll try to run it, and there it is. It says video title must be part of an aggregate function. That means it either has to be in the group by clause, so it either has to be included right here at the end of the group by clause, or up here it has to have it part of a group function. Okay, group functions, min, max, first, last, average. So I'm just going to mess with it. You know, if I put a min and max really doesn't make any sense here, but it's going to work with a text field like title. I'll just put min, okay? Put min there. Now let's see. See how it works now? It doesn't make any sense because it's choosing the smallest or the least or the one that occurs first in the alphabet, Buccaneers of the Caribbean. Let's go here and I'll show you what it's doing. Let's see, I'm going to go to titles. So of the ones that are action, this one's called Freedom Day. This is Buccaneers of the Caribbean. Okay, and this is the Exterminator. The B is the minimum, right? B comes before E and F. Alright, I'm going to change it to max, and then Freedom Day should be the one that it picks. Okay? So you can just see what I mean about this stuff is so many things you can do. So I'll make that max. I'm going to run it, and there's Freedom Day. And that's the reason it chose it, because it was the last title, the max title in the alphabet. Alright, we don't need that field. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. I just want to show you what can happen. I don't know why I keep doing that. I've been working with other programs all day. Okay, so this is all we want for this one, and we're going to save this. We're going to put this one, where do we start building this? Oh, it's called A there. Let's just call it a count. Okay, that's going to be a count since we're counting on this one. And then we'll start another one. That's going to, what's this guy going to do? He is going to probably sum something up. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this one. So I'm going to hit my save button. I use a little QRY prefix for query, and it's homework 02 dash, let's call it group, let's better do it aggregate sum. Okay? Oh, count. Gosh. There you go. Count. Okay. Alright, we'll close this one. And let's do another one. Alright, in this one, we're going to use the sum. Okay, we're going to use a sum. So we're going to create another query. We're going to use video category and video title. You know what we could do? We could cheat since we're using the same thing. I'm going to pull this one and open it up. Let's copy and let's paste. And this is going to be using a sum. And we'll just modify this one. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to right click and take it to design view. We're still using these two. Alright, but what are we doing? We got category name and we've got video duration. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of the title, delete that, and bring down video duration. Alright, and if I turn this totals off for just a second and run it, you can see what we have. We have 3 action and we have all these values, sci-fi and drama. Okay, so we're going to be adding these up. So we should get what, that's 340, 440, 459. Okay, so we're going to turn our totals back on and we are going to sum this. And let's run it. And sure enough, we got 459. So I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to close this one. Okay. Done all this, and there's our 459. Okay, we're going to do another one. And we are using the same tables again, and this time we are going to include category name and release date. Okay, so I am going to just open up one of these. We'll do this a different way again. Okay, so here it is, and I'm going to go File, Save As. I'm not saving the whole database. I am simply saving an object, save as, and I'm going to call this max. Okay. So now I'm using max. Get rid of this column, and I think it wanted release date. Yeah. I'll turn this off for a minute and let's run this. Which one of these has the most recent, which would be the maximum release date? Okay, well, for all the action ones, it would be, looks to me like, oops, no, it's this one, October 2016 or 2006. Okay, alright, so we know what that looks like, and let's see what they'd like for us to do. So we're going to have it grouped by the category name and max for the release date. And as we noted just a minute ago, October of 2006 is what we should get. So I'm going to turn my totals back on, come down here, max, hit save, run. And that's what we get. Now you can have several columns being summarized in different ways, averaging, maxing, minning, and so forth. Okay, now let's do our practice queries here. Create a select query that will display all videos that have a category of action. Then sort by title and save it as QRY select. Okay, so select all videos that have a category of action. So we want to get these results. So we see the title and everything. So it looks to me like we're going to be using the title, video title query or table. So I'm going to go ahead and get the video title. Now, if I want to see the word action, I'm probably going to need also my category table. Okay? And what fields did they want? They want to see title, release date, duration, distributor, and category. And notice they want the distributor name. Title, release date, duration, distributor, and category. Title, release date, duration, distributor, category. Okay, so we see these: title, release date, duration, distributor, and category. Alright, and they said they only want to see the categories action. Okay, and we see here that it's showing up as action, but when you click in the actual table, there's a drop down list. But here, since the category shows up just without any kind of drop down, then this tells me it's text instead of a number. So let's try it. Let's see what happens. Put in double quotes. Alright, cross your fingers. There you go. Okay, so let's check our results against the book. And Buccaneers, Exterminator, Freedom Day. Now, one thing we haven't done yet, we haven't sorted these. So let's make sure we do that. We are sorting on the video title. So we're going to save this as QRY select. Click OK. And hit save and run. And that looks pretty good to me. Matches that. Okay. Alright, now I am going to stop here and I'm going to let you figure out how to do the rest of these. Okay? And I got you started so you know how to name them and everything, and I think you'll be just fine. So good luck and keep up the good work.